What is up, everybody? Welcome to episode 58 of Smack Talk here at smark@moment.com. I'm your host, as always, Tony Manco, and with me, as always, the returning Braden Mayhew.
After a 2 week hiatus,
So,
whatever.
so we'll get a 30 seconds every once in a while. For those who didn't see the comment, I think it was Rockstar. Was it? Who was it?
I don't really follow your comments, so you kind of keep me up to date on all like the news of people talking about the shows. Is it recent?
It was just last week, I think it was. Let me double check that to be sure. Somebody was claiming that calling for you to do the 30 seconds thing, but we basically agreed that dirty seconds, the way that it's pronounced, sounds like a horrible porn thing.
Oh yeah. He's saying where the hell is I, and that he needs just 30 seconds is
Yeah,
what. Yeah. I forget the user's name though. But yeah.
I don't have the video up, so
I can't believe it's become a running gag now, just because ever since the Del Rio feud. Oh, that's terrible, but funny at the same time. All right, what do we got to start off the show this week, men?
all right, I just got it up. It's the Habit Man. It was which I
Okay, yes, the user who loves my incessant making fun of Sheamus's world title reign and feud with Del Rio and Big Show's, because those were the only feuds during his title reign.
30 seconds. So what we have for you this week, we have the Ask Him, we have the hot tags, as always, we have the tournament, and then we'll end off with the TNA Final Resolution 2012 pay-per-view predictions. So first things first, who got the Ask Him right last week? Now, the question, I forget how I worded it exactly, but the question was, what was the name that Papa Shango used to go by that had the word taker in it? You want to take a guess at it?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
What was the name that Puppet Shangle had when?
He used to have a name that had the word taker in it. What was the name?
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, jeez.
I didn't know this either at first. I looked this crap up online, trying to find stuff that would be obscure enough. Something that Burhan would do.
Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't even know where to start. Like, was it like his Papa Shango character? Or is it like a completely different gimmick?
Oh, I don't even know. I came across the name and that was it.
Fuck, the only thing I'm thinking of is like Voodoo Taker or something like that. Like, I have no idea.
It was Soul Taker,
Ah,
which I don't
I,
remember that at all, but that was apparently like hit one of his first names.
that's a long ass time ago, man.
Yeah, before my time.
Yeah, quite.
So the ones that threw out Soul Taker were I Curry, who was saying that it's harder and harder to get there first, but little shout out to I Curry, you were the first to post his best and worst awards, so you got a big section there. WWE fan 125 Cena, awesome piano man 1021 because Wikipedia said so. Cheating, but I'll give it to you anyway. Uh, Amen H 1448, WWE Morrison SES, and I think that was it. Um,
Still quite a good amount of people
yep.
to get shout outs for sure.
So
This is actually working. We're getting people to answer questions. That's awesome.
yeah,
Feedback. What have we been preaching
feedback,
for
feedback that
like an
isn't
entire year?
feedback that isn't what the fuck, this isn't the pay-per-view match, you assholes, or uh or the
insert
one of my
insert
favorite
generic insult with cussing comment here.
with
You hear it all when you're on YouTube.
spelling errors. Like
Yeah.
my favorite
What
of all time
like
so far has been the one that was just fag I suck. I kept
we're
that
sorry that you do, but
one right. All right, so they asked him for this week. The first part for you, Braden. Let's see if we can get this.
gotcha. Let's see if I can.
since the past two Ask Kims have been about old names that wrestlers have used between the Soul Taker and very mysterious ice cream. We're gonna go for another one of those. Who used the name? Well, both these names are gonna be two. The Diamond Stud and Starship Coyote.
He used both of them.
Yep.
Diamond Stud.
Not it's not Big John or DDP.
I didn't think so.
I could totally see DDP having a Starship Coyote name.
He's definitely the type, that's for sure. Hmm. Like I'm thinking of something that's probably too obvious, and it's definitely not it. Gosh. I just have like kind of like what era he was from. Like obviously he's probably not wrestling anymore.
Well, he didn't use these names in WWE, but he has been in WWE and or WCW amongst some other things. This was before that time, though. This is before he became the actual person who makes a career out of himself. And then he switched again afterward and just, oh, I don't want to say that.
Yeah, it's kind of probably giving too much away. So the Coyote what?
Starship Coyote.
Coyote Starship. Sounds like a John Morrison move. Like, geez, just that pain at the end of it, and then like Diamond Star or whatever the fuck the other one was.
Diamond Stud and Starship Coyote.
Man, those are generic. I really don't know.
Razor Ramon.
Really, Scott Hall. I would have never guessed that. Like that's something you have to like fucking Wikipedia to see how ancient those ring names are.
All right, yeah. Well, that's what I came across it from was Wikipedia. I started looking at other wrestlers and I'm like, who has a
the shit out of me?
So going along with that, uh, and kind of combining that with the fact that Vince McMahon returned again this week. This question's about Vince McMahon's announcing. Now, Razor Ramon was in a match with this person, and don't. This is for the audience, and you guys, you can't find this online. So don't do a search for it. You're not going to find it unless you want to look up like all of Razor Ramon's matches, which yeah, might be good. I mean, he had a lot of good matches and everything, but there was a wrestler that Razor Ramon wrestled against in the WWF era, obviously, because he wasn't Razor Ramon in WWE, who Vince McMahon was quoted as saying, if I remember correctly, this is exactly how the quotes go in the match. If I'm a little bit off and it screws up people's guessing on this, then my apologies, but I can't even find this fucking thing online. He says, we're not looking at a domestic, and he says, he wrote him off. So who was the person wrestling Razor Ramon when who's basically Vince McMahon referring to?
We're not looking at a domestic.
Right, we're not looking at a domestic. They wrote him off.
Run him off.
It's
and Razor Ramon.
It's one of those quotes that I thought was hilarious when I was little, because it was just like so stupid that it stuck with me all this time. And if I'm remembering it correctly, it's going to be funny. But go ahead and guess that. Try your best. And of course, next week I'll tell you who gets it right and berate the ones who get it wrong. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, if anybody gets it right. But there's a very, not to give anything away, but there's a very obvious possibility for it if you know who Razor Ramon used to have feuds with. So, and this actually, I remember I'm trying to connect these all together. So if you look back at some past
Did this individual end up actually becoming something in the wrestling industry, though?
He has become something that wrestling fans know. He's never been like the guy or anything like that.
Okay.
So I'll tell you right now, it's not Yokozuna.
Yeah, exactly.
So go ahead and tell us your choices for that, and next week we'll let you know what the answer is and everything. Next part, episode no, yeah, next part, episode 58, 59. Fuck it, we'll just go. With the TNA shit. Part two, we'll talk about the hot tags, and we'll move on, so on and so forth, with part three and part four, because that's how numbers work.